All right, hello, wine drinking people. We are back, and more of what I drank yesterday, or in this case, last week, with Anthony Pannoni at the Kermit Lynch tasting here in the store. And Kermit Lynch, one of my favorite importers of small boutique French wines. He also has a line of Italian wines now. He's got stuff from Corsica. He's got a really interesting lineup of wines. You can count on one thing from Kermit Lynch. Anything in his portfolio is going to be a great example of that style or type of wine. Like this Muscadet, the first wine that we had here from Andre Breton. And this wine had this lovely kind of stone fruit, star fruit, lemon citrus on the nose, some chalky limestone nuance. Really light and crisp on the palate. That limestone kind of chalk minerality showing through. Short but pleasant finish. That green apple and kind of lime citrus there. Really nice little wine. Be great with oysters. Newsflash. All right. St. Martin de la Garrigue Tradition. This wine's a little light, but, really nice and fruity and really easy drinking plum and cherry fruits. And has some of that fresh flower kind of Garrigue character to it. 60% Syrah, 20% Carignan. A real nice little crowd pleaser. All right. The next up we had a little another St. Martin wine. The Cuvee St. Martin. This was a 50% Mourvedre and 30% Grenache blend, a little Syrah in there as well. And a little note of olive tapenade to this, really kind of interesting. Some fresh earth, black cherry and red cherry fruit there. Nice amount of fruit on the tongue, a little more acidity, a little bit more to it. This wine was a little bigger, and that earth and Provençal spice showing up at the finish there. Really nice bottle of wine. All right, the Fontaines Cote de Languedoc, a blend of 40% Syrah, 20% Grenache, 20 Mourvedre, 10 Syrah, 10 Cinsault, 10 Syrah, so pretty much a Rhone-style blend here from the Cote de Languedoc. Really lovely fruit in this wine. Nice floral nuance. Really on the crowd pleaser side of the scale here. Not a lot of strong earthy notes or funky notes in this. Just a really nice fruit forward wine for $16.72. The LaRoque from Pic Saint Loup. Visited this property years ago. Really picturesque landscape here in this part of the Languedoc. And really, it's been unchanged for 2,000 years. Wow, unbelievable. But the ownership has changed for this property, obviously, since the Romans were there. But the place still remains intact. Kind of interesting enough. This wine also has a lovely kind of berry pie fruit to it. Some fresh floral nuance. Another great little value. We've had this in the store when it first came in, like at $9.99. And it was scoring like 92 points from the Wine Advocate. Still a nice little value. The $1 $17 makes it a little more expensive. The LaRoque Mourvedre. This is an old vine Mourvedre, and what are you talking, 80, 90 years old here. But really, you get that lovely animal character you get from Mourvedre in this wine. Some dark berry fruit in there, blackberries, blueberries, and some good structure to this wine as well. One of the things Mourvedre has, and really nice balanced finish, lovely freshness there. The 2009 LaRoque Mourvedre. Then the Daupuiac Lou Masset, and this wine was nice. Daupuiac is the old vine Carignan kind of overshadowed everything else on the table here. This is a 100-year-old Carignan, and really exotic kind of fruit to this, fresh crushed like raspberry coulis. This lovely kind of violet and rose petal floral nuance to the wine. Incredible concentration and depth on the palate. And sorry, we skipped over to Lou Masset, but the Carignan just got me so excited. And the Lou Masset was good, just like all the wines of Daupuiac are. But this is from Montepeyroux, and I've actually visited this wine with Kermit's group also a few years ago, and really nice people here, just like everybody else in Kermit Lynch's portfolio that we visited, serving us dinners in their home, and you could just tell, these people really enjoy doing what they're doing. But the Old Vine Carignan, one of the most unique wines on the table for me from Daupuiac, and at $31, still a pretty good value. Where do you find 100-plus-year-old vines in a wine that's $30 a bottle? All right, the Terre d'Avignon Cote de Rhone, probably one of the wines of the night. This wine, for a Cote de Rhone, I've always said Cote de Rhone, one of the best values in wine, and this wine really has a lot of jammy fruit in it. The 2009 vintage is a great vintage, and that lovely kind of berry pie fruit, cherries, raspberries, strawberries, and then some lovely floral nuance to this, and just wonderful concentration, and a nice long finish for Cote de Rhone, a blend of Grenache, Syrah, Cinsault, Carignan. And then the Galletti. This wine, the most new world of all the wines on the table. Really big, and you would couldn't mistake this wine for being Australian, even though it wasn't that alcoholic, really plummy, cherry pie kind of fruit to that, some toasty oak spice, and some wonderful smooth velvety tannins in this wine. Really big and seductive, but still balanced. You know, I don't think you find too much stuff in Kermit's portfolio that's on the sweet side. Really ripe and fruity is what I'd say about the Galletti Cote de Rhone for $25. And that's what I had to drink at the Kermit Lynch tasting, folks. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.